the results overall, performance overall, what you make of this afternoon?
Really disjointed game performance from us. I picked a team and I was excited to see the team play. I thought we lacked rhythm in the first half and we lacked intensity out of possession. Obviously the VAR decision for the penalty is a difficult one, but it's the law that the officials are going to. It's not no VAR or referees going to change that. It's the law. They're going by it. It's a difficult one because you find yourself 1-0 down. I thought the changes we made were positive. Thought the second half performance was much better. But obviously there was a lot of controversy in the second half. I'm just glad to get through because it seemed for a long part it was one of those days.
On the controversy, talk to us if you can about your take on how things unfolded for your second goal and ultimately allowing Thistle to score their second.
I think if you watch the whole thing back, obviously I'm watching it, Malik gets injured. And we play the ball out, but Malik's laying down on the floor, so he doesn't see that we've played the ball out. So by the time Malik gets up 2 or 3 minutes later, because it took time, or however long it took, he sees that they've got a throw on. He actually puts his arm up to the referee as if to say how they've got a throw, and then he goes and presses it like he's been taught. He's completely unaware of the situation, of what's happened, the ball being played out. I had to speak to my bench to make sure that that's what they saw as well. Malik actually came over and I spoke to him. He confirmed it. So it was the right thing to do. I'll tell you why it was the right thing to do, Mark, because Malik Tillman is a fantastic young player and I don't want that hanging around his head. He's never cheated anyone in his life, and as a football club we've got high standards. We don't need to do that to be Partick Thistle at home, and it was a complete misunderstanding. It was not in fitting with the game, the way it was played, or the way it was played after. I thought afterwards the players all managed to play the game well, but if you watch the whole scenario back, which I have done just a minute ago, then it was just a big misunderstanding. So I'm glad that we're through tonight, and I'm glad we're not talking about that as the reason that we're through.
How did you communicate this to your players? Because obviously it's an unusual situation for them to find themselves in at the restart.
There was 3 or 4 close to me, so obviously we just explained to them, look, stand one side, and it's not an easy thing to ask footballers to do because they haven't seen it from where I've seen it. But look, it was the right thing to do. I think for everything that I want us to stand for as a club, everything I want to stand for, and also I'm protecting what I think is a fantastic young player from being something thrown at him, which I won't allow. He was completely unawares.
Would you concede it could have been a risky move by yourself as a Rangers manager with the progress in the cup on the line?
Yeah, of course, but we don't want to win like that. That wouldn't have been fair. That's not. We don't want to earn anything that we're not due as a football team, anything that we haven't earned on the football pitch. I think that's my overriding feeling on the whole situation, that it would have been unjust if we would have gone through that way.
You spoke about your long relationship with Ian McCall. Was it important to you from that sense, where you didn't want to be able to look him in the eye?
No, it's more. No. Listen, for football in general, and for me and for my players and my club, I don't want that thrown at us. It was an unfortunate situation. It was quite a unique one, but we don't need to steal or take something that we've not earned. And so I didn't actually speak to Cawley until after. So yeah, listen, it was the right decision to make.
It was such a bizarre game in many respects. Was it good that your players were able to kind of clear their heads and get over the line eventually?
Yeah, look, we need to have a chat in the week because the performance wasn't good enough. I thought the second half we showed a bit more urgency. I thought Malik in particular was probably the most eye-catching player. I thought Nico Raskin had a really good debut when you consider how little football he's played. It was a fantastic assist. Delighted for Antonio Cholak to score. He's needed that in terms of his confidence. You saw a better performance for him today because he was fit and able. I thought James Sands come in at centre-half and did really well. Connor Goldson had a bit of an issue with a calf problem and has missed a little bit of training, so it was the right decision to make overall. We're through. That's the big positive of the day. I can't say I'm going to go home positive or delighted about many things today, but those things I just mentioned there, I am happy with.
You make a lot of changes at half time. Obviously, Giannis is a long time out. Was that just a reflection of the rustiness there?
Yeah, listen, Giannis is only ever going to be able to play probably 50 to 60 minutes. It's important that I allow Giannis game time to get back to what he is. we're playing at home, and I thought there wouldn't be much space. So players like Yanis and Todd, I thought they'd be able to come and be quite creative in and around Tony. I just felt at half-time we needed to be a little bit more direct and a little bit more urgency. So it's 11 that play, and I thought first half the 11 were lousy. So obviously those two were the casualties in terms of the changes, but I thought Kamar and Ryan came on and gave us something different. So that's the beauty of having a good squad.
Michael, you've sat here a few times and said that it's not really where you want the team to be performance-wise. What do you do about that, and what is your message then to the players regarding the performance?
I think today might be on me a little bit. I'm willing to take today on my head, because it was me that played the team that started. Maybe I was a little bit too optimistic in the team that I put out. I trust them. There was a lot of internationals in the team that started today. But I think since I've come in, the consistency is what helped us get results. So the consistency in 7 or 8 of the selection being playing most of the time. I think if you look at most teams at the top of their leagues and most teams that are doing well, there's a consistent core in the team. So maybe I need to look at myself today as well. You give opportunities. You're hoping that as a group of players they come together and perform. We didn't perform first half. It'd have been no harm done if we'd have got to half-time 0-0, but obviously with the VAR decision we find ourselves a goal behind, and then I have to act as the manager of the club. I have to try and change the dynamic of the team. We changed the formation, we changed the way we played, and ultimately we got over the line.
Michael, just on the start, that 3 behind Antonio Chulak, do you think they were maybe too similar, a lack of variance there, or was it just that they haven't played together and that's maybe why there was a bit of distribution?
No, listen, they train together every single day, so they have ample opportunity to build their relationship. I just felt everyone was coming to the ball first half, and second half we played down the sides more, we run more. That's how we got a penalty, that's how we got our goal, and okay, second half we were much better, but first half I just felt for whatever reason we weren't quite at it as much defensively as we were in possession. In terms of our pressing, it wasn't there. If we think back 2 weeks ago to Hearts, where we pressed collectively as a team, I came away from that today. So that's on me a little bit. I'll protect the players, but what I would say is there was a lot of good players in that starting lineup today, and they owe it to each other to perform at a higher level, in my opinion.
Michael, from the outside looking in, it seems like Malik Tillman's shown a lot of growth. Is that something you'd agree with, game to game, month to month?
Yeah, listen, since I've been here, from the very first interview I said I was excited to work with him. I think he's a fantastic young player, and I think he's been terrific the last few weeks. I think he's been absolutely outstanding, and I just, listen, I'm glad we all collectively made the decision we did, because I don't want to be sitting here talking about Malik Tillman in a different light tonight. He was completely unawares, and Malik Tillman deserves things said and written about him that are the right things, because his effort's fantastic, his quality's fantastic. He's won us a penalty today. He's gone driving up the pitch at times. He's taken on a lot of information. As a 20-year-old, I couldn't be more happier with Malik's contribution.
Last question. If you don't mind me asking, what's the situation with Ryan Kent's contract?
There's nothing. There's no news on that at the moment. There's no news whatsoever at the moment. So when there is, we'll update everybody.
Mark, final question.
You're talking about the emphasis on Malik today, but I thought particularly the second half, his tackle and his carrying the ball, his ability to go direct, probably the most complete performance I'm seeing. Are you hoping that perhaps Bayern Munich weren't here today to watch it?
No, listen, he's a very, very good player, and that's why he's come from such a prestigious club. And you know, as a 20-year-old, he's a full international, isn't he? He played all the way through the youth ages with Germany. He'd gone to play for America through one of his parents, and he's played at senior international as well. At 20, he's come into our league. He's had to adjust. It's not easy. We've seen players come out of the Premier League and not adjust in this league, and players with big reputations have struggled. I think every single week he's getting stronger and stronger. He's learning a new position, which I think will keep him in good stead as he moves forward, playing more in midfield and running out of there. He's a joy to work with every single day. He's such a shy, humble, quiet lad. And so, listen, I'm glad that he's doing well, and I can't ask him to play poorly, just in case people are watching.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.